The Keres, in Greek mythology, were known for being the ancient female death spirits or goddesses of violent death. They were believed to appear to people who were dying and would be present at the time of death, but they could not kill anyone and could not control who died at what time. The Keres were often depicted as terrifying and malevolent beings, associated with violent and untimely deaths. They were said to be the daughters of Nyx, the goddess of the night, and were considered to be among the most fearsome and powerful of all the death spirits in Greek mythology. In ancient Greek belief, the Keres were seen as inevitable and relentless forces of nature, embodying the harsh and inescapable reality of death. They were thought to be responsible for bringing about violent and sudden deaths, such as those that occurred in battle or through accidents or murder. The Keres were often depicted as winged female figures, with sharp claws and fangs, and were said to swoop down on the battlefield to claim the souls of the fallen. They were also associated with the idea of a bad death, which was considered to be a death that was premature, violent, or otherwise unjust. Despite their fearsome reputation, the Keres were not thought to be malevolent in the sense of actively causing death. Instead, they were seen as passive and impartial agents of fate, carrying out the will of the gods and the natural order of the universe. In some myths, the Keres were believed to be sent by the gods to carry out their will and enforce divine justice. They were sometimes described as the hounds of Hades, the god of the underworld, who would accompany him as he rode forth to claim the souls of the dead. In other stories, the Keres were thought to be the sisters of Thanatos, the god of peaceful death, and were said to assist him in his duties. While Thanatos was responsible for bringing about a gentle and painless death, the Keres were believed to be responsible for the more violent and terrifying aspects of the dying process. The Keres were also associated with the idea of miasma, or ritual pollution, which was believed to be caused by the presence of death and could bring about harm and misfortune to those who came into contact with it. They were often invoked in curses and spells, and were thought to be able to bring about illness, madness, and other forms of suffering.